Welcome to this video. Welcome back to Coach by Chambers YouTube. On this video today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I caught this beautiful 125.3 risk to reward trade on NZUSD. Excited to jump into it. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, let's get straight into the reason why I took that trade and why that trade played out perfectly. So for the ones who don't know how I actually analyze the markets and look at the markets to take a trade, I'm going to show you exactly why. So first thing that I always look for is I always go off market structure. So a lot of people, you will see that we always get taught to follow the structure, lower highs, lower lows, and it looks a hell of a lot easier, pardon me, when you see it like this. When you see it like this for a downtrend and an uptrend, it just seems easy. Like, yes, that does seem easy. Yeah, that makes sense. I've just got to look for this and I've got to buy there and I've got to sell there. I understand the frustration that maybe some of you guys go through. Now, I'm going to maybe teach you a trick that helped me go from unprofitable to a profitable trader, which is through the daily time frame, which confirms my 4-hour structure. And we'll get into that anyway. But as you guys simply know, the way that I trade is I like to call it supply and demand. So what does that mean? So I basically, on the daily, I like to see, let me just break this down. I like to see the retracement on the 4-hour be confirmed through a daily candle or multiple daily candles. So when the retracement happens on the 4, I need to see that on the daily, it is confirmed with that daily, at least one daily candle. Now, why do I need that? So that tells me that that actually is a 4-hour confirmation. So with that being said, and that's for both as well, for uptrend, I need the pullback on the 4-hour to be confirmed by the daily. Same here. So let me just write these down. So I need the 4-hour structure to be confirmed by the daily, by at least having a candle. So this is for both of these right here. Now, as you guys can see, when this happens, when we have a retracement, so let's say we're currently looking at this sell position right here, right now. So as we know, we obviously had the lower high, the lower low, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high. Now we've just created a lower low. So we've got these break of structures here. We just broke structure. First thing that I always want to see from a daily standpoint and a 4-hour standpoint is I want to see from my lower high to my lower low at least 50%, at least a retracement of 50%. So I want to at least see a retracement to the 50% mark, at least. And then look for the movement downwards to carry on the trend to go and create a new low and again break the structure again. Now, if you guys get confused with that and you don't quite understand, I'm going to show you on the charts, in the next couple of minutes. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand that. It's the same for the daily. It's the same for uptrend. We are obviously looking for buyers when it's an uptrend. Now, with that being said, I'll remove that. When we go and create that new high, so as you can see, we've got the higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, new higher high. We've got the break of structure here, and we've got a new break structure here. So my range, same as on here, is from this low to this high. First thing that I always check is, okay, I need to make sure that we're at least going to the 50% line. So I'm waiting for at least the market to play a retracement on the lower time frames, and I'm waiting for my confirmation to then buy up and go and create a new higher high. Now, again, how you can do that is confirmed on the daily. So let's go straight into the markets right now. So I'm going to stretch this chart out as much as I can so you can see it. And let's just simply follow where the trend was. So as you guys, let me just go back here. The reason I'm going back is because we can clearly see that the market was on a downtrend. So if I just get my little marker out here, you'll be able to see that from this high. So we had a lower low, lower high, come down, create a new lower low. Then we had a lower high, and then we had a lower low. So naturally, if you're obviously coming onto the market and you see the markets like this, first thing that I would do is, okay, I now know that this is my 4-hour lower high, and this is my 4-hour lower low. So naturally, what I would be looking for, as I've just showed you guys, is from here to here, I want to see a 50% retracement. So as you can see, we actually had a lot more deeper retracement than the 50%. First thing that I would have done naturally is the last daily candle, the last sell candle before, the last buy candle before the momentum down that broke structure. I would be obviously having that marked out. Let me just mark this 4-hour break here so you guys can see it fully. So again, 4-hour break structure. So this daily candle would have been where my eyes would have been drawn to. Now, I'm not saying I would have sold just from a daily candle, but I now know that this is my supply candle. This area here, and you can put it to the top, is the area that I now think, from experience, I now think that the market is going to come back into. Now, you can refine that, this daily supply candle, you can refine that by going into the 4-hour and having a better look at the candle. So again, this candle, which you can see just missed, but if you go from the wick, we just caught it. So why is this my 4-hour supply zone? This would have been my 4-hour supply zone simply because, and you can get rid of this daily now, simply because this candle caused the momentum, this candle, let me get rid of the magnet. This last buy candle caused the momentum down that broke this last low. So that candle, or you can have 2 free candles, but then that candle has a significant role to play. But anyway, this is irrelevant for my trade setup that I'm showing you guys, but I just want you to understand why and how I analyze the market. Because as I play on, you'll be able to see that we actually broke the trend from here and we carried on upwards. So once we, in fact, let me go back to the daily. Once we broke the actual trend, you'll be able to see that I can confirm that, because if you look, this was my last lower high, this was my last lower low. This now has broken above and has now created a 4-hour higher high. Let me just do this. So if I put the little line here, you'll be able to notice, can you see how we have tapped above? You can see how this candle's come above, and that confirmed for me that I now need to be potentially looking more towards buying in the lower half. I said arse, how funny is that? So let's actually now switch it. Now I know that this is my 4-hour higher high, and now this is my 4-hour low. I now straight away pay attention to this last daily candle. Last daily candle. I'm not going to buy off this zone, but I know that this is where I want to see the market retrace to. You can also, as I mentioned, get your tool out here, your Fibonacci tool, and you can simply mark out the 50%. So the line here, the 50%. And you can have that as knowing that, okay, I know that I now need to be looking for my 4-hour zone, my 4-hour demand area below this 50%. So let's get rid of this actually. So now you can see, let's stretch this chart out. This is now invalid. We've now got a complete new structure from this low to this high. And I'm also looking to try and get in below the 50%. This is my daily demand area, even though we're on the 4. But the first thing that I can do is I can notice and I can pay attention to this last down candle here to refine my entry. I'm not saying it's always going to play out, but this here stands out to me as my 4-hour demand area. Now let's get rid of, in fact, let me just stretch that out. And the reason for that is because, like I mentioned before, what candles or singular candle caused the break of structure? So I now know from my range, the reason we caused the break of structure is because this last down candle is what caused this institutional move and momentum up that also left imbalance below here. So that is what sticks out to me. So I now want to see a retracement below, hopefully into this area. So again, keeping an eye out on that. Let's play forward and see where we come down into. Boom. Okay. First thing I notice, and as you guys should be able to notice as well, is we tapped into our 4-hour demand. And look at that candle from a 4-hour perspective. That candle mitigated this, this demand area, filled in this imbalance here. So as you can see, we've got this imbalance here from here to here, filled in this imbalance, and then instantly the volume went straight back up. So that's telling me straight away, let's drop down to the 1 hour. That's telling me straight away that the momentum is on the way up. The momentum is on the way up. Now, simply by that, the more experience you get, the better you'll understand. Now, the reason I can take trades, via the 15-minute and a 5-minute is because I have, obviously got the experience and I've back tested, this strategy, my strategy a hell of a lot. Now, for you guys to get more confident, you might feel like, okay, I might just want to stick to the 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour time frame if you're completely new. So you guys might be like, okay, I want to follow the 1 hour structure. I want to follow the 1 hour structure, and I want to make sure that the last low or high, should I say, is broken before I participate in a buy. Now, for me, I don't want to do that because I know, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why. I know from my experience, this candle here, if I just go to the 4 hour, this candle, 2 hour maybe, these two candles here stick out a lot to me as potential areas that we could reverse from. So that would be my 2 hour, or what, let's say 1 hour supply. And if I can refine it, potentially buy the 1 hour. Yeah, so that would be my potential area where even if I buy, I know that I want to be looking at getting out of the market or taking, partials in regards to my buy trade when we get to this area here, because this could be a supply area to then sell off. And the reason it could be a supply area to continue to sell off is because this zone from the 1 hour is in a downtrend. We've got the higher low, higher high. We then had a higher low, failed to break the high, lower high, break a structure, change a trend, should I say. And then again, as you can see, lower low, lower high, lower low. This area is a significant area where we could potentially sell off from. So first thing I do is I go down to the 15-minute to see if I can see anything. Now, 15-minute, I couldn't see anything at all. Go down to the 5-minute. And first thing that I can notice is the change of the trend in there. But as you guys can notice, I will not just buy from anywhere. I will not just take a buy position because of this little move. There's been nothing that's confirmed to me, like full-heartedly, that I need to be looking for the buyers. If you know the way that I trade, which hopefully you guys who are tuning in, you will start to understand, on the lower time frames of 15-minute and a 5-minute, I want to see this. I want to see when we have a downtrend, I want to see a liquidity sweep and then momentum moved off, like, big momentum that leaves an imbalance for me to participate in looking for a buy position. So just to confirm, I want to see the downtrend actually changed because we have, firstly, pardon me, a liquidity sweep. Let me just move that to the bottom. And then we also have a 5 or 15-minute change of trend. 15-minute or 5-minute change of trend. And then I'll be looking to sell or buy. Obviously, this area is for a buy in this position here from one of the candles or a few of the candles that stand out to me. And hopefully we have some imbalance in there. So hopefully you guys understand that concept. Let's move this out the way so we can then get into how the chart actually played out. Let me just remove that. And let's just play this forward. Firstly, I want to see a liquidity sweep. And also, I would like to see large movement away from this area. Let's actually go a bit faster. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute. First thing I notice is let's follow the structure. Let's follow the structure. So as you guys can clearly see, we obviously have this big leg. Now, first thing I notice is, okay, on the 5-minute, 50 minutes is going to confirm a 5-minute structure. I can clearly see that we're still on the 5-minute downtrend. This last candle here, come down. We have the lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low. Now, in order for it to confirm to me that we might have that change of trend is if, and also if this is a liquidity sweep, is if we break this high, and if we don't, this is now should be our lower high. And if we don't do this and we break that high, that will confirm to me that I now need to be looking for buy positions. Boom. Straight away, we can clearly see that that literally broke structure. So with that break of structure, let's actually draw this out. We had our last lower high. That was meant to be a low low. It wasn't. That was actually our higher low. And then you can see that once we broke here, this is where I took my trade from. This is where I took my trade from. So a lot of people, if you're on here, you can obviously wait for this confirmation here. But for me, on the 5 minute, I got my confirmation simply by this. Lower high, lower low, lower high. This didn't break. And then we had the 5 minute break here, which straight away for me, I then know that I would be looking at selling from these areas. Imbalance above here, I'd be looking at selling from anywhere in between here. And that would be, also if you go to the 15, you might be able to see it a little bit better. That would confirm to me either this candle or that candle, but I used the two. That would confirm to me to be my 15-minute demand area. And then I would simply, let's actually go back. I would simply wait, because that confirmed on the 5 minute. This is a 15-minute. So again, that is extra confirmation if you guys are not as experienced. But I would wait to see a retracement into here, put my stop loss at the low, and simply aim for either 1 to 3, or if you guys understand, you can obviously aim for the higher trade ideas, which is coming into here, which was a 1 to 5.29. And let's play this out. Let's see how this played out. We come in, tapped me in, straight away, massive momentum. And as you guys can see, beautiful, beautiful trade that's carried on into today. And simply went and hit TP. Boom. Let's pull this across, straight into TP from a 5 minute structure. There we go. Beautiful little trade, easy enough to understand. Obviously, for the experienced ones, you guys might be able to see it. But if you're inexperienced, I completely understand that. This might not have been as clear, because when you do go into the 5 minute, it is a lot more complicated and you'll make a lot more mistakes. Of course you will. But hopefully you guys can see the momentum that I could see here that confirmed everything for me. Because as I always say to people, if you're following a structure from the higher time frame, make sure you're doing it on the lower time frame as well. And you guys can probably see from there, this video, the structure was clear. Let's just do it from there. The structure was clear. Up, down. This should have broke this low. It didn't. And because we broke above this, we had a 5 minute change of trend here, which confirmed that realistically I could have bought from any of this position, any of this whole leg. I refined it down to these two candles here. And as you can see, tap me in, boom, straight away, we went all the way into profit. And that was the beauty of this trade. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you who have tuned in to watch this video. Hopefully you guys got some, hopefully you guys have got some actual insight into it. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like on this video. Feel free to give a comment on this video if you want to ask any questions at all. And also, if you want to catch up on a one-to-one, I'm always open to talk to new people. So connect with me on Instagram at Coach by Chambers. You can simply go to my YouTube bio and my link to my Instagram is on there. And also my free Telegram link is on there as well, where you can simply just join my Telegram group, look out for my daily outlooks. And also I'll just be sharing my lifestyle, what I get up to as a 27-year-old who basically does whatever the F he wants, whenever he wants, because of this beautiful skill set. So guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. God bless. Speak soon.